Happy New Year. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. It is finally 2020, and we are hitting the ground running with this amazing podcast. We're going to encourage you to get fired up and stirred up and realize that you could possibly be on a mission. Welcome to the Julie Tussey Show. And while you're here, please subscribe and leave us a good review. Also, let your friends and family know about the Julie Tussey Show. Get on the Julie Tussey train. We're going somewhere, baby.
Pop the glam pain. It's time for the Julie Tussey Show live guest current event scathing exposés. The original suburban bombshell, the big blonde baby. Giving you the fastest, funniest, most informative 30 minutes of your life. And now, here's Julie Tussey.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Julie Tussey Show. Today, I have a great guest with me. It's the Right Reverend S.J. Stacey Jones is in the house.
Hi there, everybody.
In case you can't tell, she's Southern.
A little bit.
She's been living in the frozen tundra of the Frozen Chosen for 467 years, but she still sounds like she's been in the South. I know.
Well, like I say, you can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl.
No, but you can definitely take her out to Cracker Barrel for a country boy breakfast.
Oh, sheer heaven.
Sheer heaven. I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
That's one of my favorite restaurants.
Really?
And the shopping.
And I've been trying to take you out all week.
Well, you never said Cracker Barrel, though.
Well, honey, it's here.
Okay.
We'll have to do that tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Well, or Monday.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be cray-cray.
Well,
on the weekend.
Anyway, listeners.
Yes.
It's the Roaring 20s. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, we made
2020. 19-20-20.
We made it.
I'm starting my own year. 19-20-20.
I love it.
But we talked the last podcast all about getting rid of all the stuff. You know, like
nastiness.
It just reminds me about taking Metamucil. Just purge it out, get it out, and be done. Because a lot of times it's just a big load of... You know what I'm saying?
I do.
It is. And you got to get that off you so that you can run, you can go forward. Should I be talking in 2020 about Metamucil?
Why not? It's been around since 1902.
Don't let that load of stuff hang around like a tin here. You can't see till you're in the sunshine.
Wow.
Ooh, that was an eyelash. Yes, we are in rare form. I've had 5 hours of sleep. 5 hours of sleep. I don't know if you've had any at all.
I think I've had 2.
But I'm so excited to be here because this month we celebrate our 4th anniversary of the Julie Tussey Show. Woo! I'm going to insert applause. Yeah. Insert party. So, yeah, you'll probably be hearing a lot of party music right now as I do this because I'm so excited. 4 years. Can you believe that?
No, I really can't.
Yeah, this is like episode 187.
Yes.
In 4 years. And great things. I mean, not only have we impacted America.
Yes.
I'm talking about London, Paris, France, New Zealand.
Yes.
North Korea. Can you believe that? The following in North Korea.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know how that's happening. I don't know how.
Julie.
I know. If you could see the stats I've been watching for the last couple of years, you guys, you would be like, oh my gosh. So shout out to the world.
Yeah,
shout out to you. We love you. We appreciate you. I am on a mission, as Reba Rambo would say. We're on a mission from God. Yeah, I try to sing, try. But I feel like I'm on a mission from God with this podcast, and I want to encourage you. I want to help you to be everything you want to be. Mm-hmm. You know what? Sometimes we want to be great things, and we just get down.
That, again, that'll preach.
Yes.
It will.
And,
so true.
You got to put the down. Put the down, put the down. Shook it down, shook it down. Dang, I gotta learn how to put effects on this, because this is good. It's good stuff. But you gotta put the down, because it's so easy. Isn't there a scripture, I'm trying to remember, that says it so easily besets you? Do you remember that scripture? You cannot be beset. In other words, you cannot allow life to get you down, okay? And we've talked about this before. And I totally believe in this. I'm going to share this with you guys. It saved my sanity, saved my marriage, and saved my family. 5-minute cry break.
Yes.
I'm telling you. So maybe you've gone through some tough times. 2019 was the year from hell for me.
For both of us.
The year
for both
from
of us,
hell.
It was.
So 2020 is going to be awesome for me and awesome for you. And you know why? Because we choose.
That's exactly.
We're simply going to choose.
That's exactly.
That's what I love about God. He just says, I give you life and I give you death.
What are you going to choose?
Choose life.
Choose
and then
one.
he goes one step further. He's like, okay, and by the way,
gives you the answer.
Okay, choose this one.
Yes, he gives you the answer after he asks the question.
Yeah, I've got 2 21-year-olds at home still. We've had 6 kids, and if y'all don't know, I married my husband. He had 2. I had a set of twins, and then he and I had a set of twins. And we have 8 grandkids. And oh my Lord, our house is overrun with love. Yeah. Joy and stickiness.
Yes.
Okay? Sticky little hands.
Yes.
I like, get your nose off the window.
I just cleaned that.
You're 8. Why is your nose on the window? You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm so used to that kind of lifestyle. Yeah. But I said all that to say, what was I saying? Choosing.
You'll bring the down.
So we have 21-year-olds at home, and I'm telling you guys, I will say, okay, I lay before you, do the dishes willingly.
Oh no,
or don't. I say do them willingly.
Yes, or take out the garbage willingly, or don't, and be in big trouble.
But choose the willingly. Take it out. And I tell them, go to college, get a job. Just do something with your life. But if I was you, I would choose, education and a job. But, it doesn't matter. The human nature is not to make the smart choice.
That's the nail on the head right there.
Where's my hammer?
I don't know. You need a hammer it.
Yeah, I need a gauntlet. I do, Judge Julie. But a lot of times we just don't make the smart choice, and we get down.
Yes.
And we forget that we are choosing. If we, what's that saying, Stace? That not making a choice is making a choice. Okay. So it's time to choose, honey. It's time to choose better for your life. You deserve it. You're worthy of it. If you listen at all to this show, you know how amazing you are. Because I tell you all the time how amazing you are. And life stinks, and the thoughts in your head by the mean girl, those are lies. And that person that cut you off in the store didn't really mean to kill you and kill your spirit and make you never do anything with your life again. They just, didn't watch what they were doing. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just internalize so many negative things that we forget we have a choice. We can choose to be smart. We can choose to make a difference in our life. We can choose to make our life what we want it. Are we working at McDonald's and flipping burgers? Are we working at Walmart and greeting at the door? Are we working as a CEO and we hate it? Are we a nurse and we're so tired from working 16-hour shifts and have 5 kids at home? Are we these things? Yes, we're all these things.
Yes.
But you can begin to make small changes by your choices to turn your life to where you want it to be by being smart.
In situations I have found to be the most challenging, because that's where you said, like you said, that's where you have to make a choice, because situations in life is not always pretty.
And on that note, we'll be right back. Hi, it's Julie Tussey. I want to remind you to go to thejulietusseyshow.com and join the mailing list. Also, see all the fabulous cooking you want to see on youtube.com/C/TME TV. I'm here to empower you to fix what's broken in your life. Honey, you were not created to be ordinary, but you were created to be extraordinary. You were not created to be common, but you were created to be uncommon. You were not created to be average, but to be above average. I mean, you are remarkable. You are noteworthy. You are impressive, striking, outstanding, brilliant, excellent, superb, praiseworthy. Now, isn't that amazing? How many people tell you that? Only on the Julie Tussey Show. So I hope you enjoyed that commercial break. So we were talking about choices. We have choices. If you want your life to be different, you can make choices. And Stacey was talking about how situations can make it hard. And actually, they can actually make it seem impossible. But do you know that's not true?
Right.
It's not true. I mean, you may have to go and do that, 40, 50-hour-a-week job that you don't like, but you can, on the side of your bridge,
right.
On the left side, what do? We work.
Right.
On the right side is our dreams. And we continue going up the bridge on both sides. So you can begin on the right side of that bridge to begin to make baby steps.
In what you want to do.
Choices. Yes. And make steps towards what you want to do.
Yes.
And maybe you'll work your whole life at that job you don't love, but you'll find the benefit in it is that I want this speedboat. Right. And I want to be able to have a speedboat, and I want to be able to have a cabin, and I want to retire at 50. So it's not always that you're going to do something different, but if you want to do something different, or you want that speedboat, you have to, if you want that speedboat, but if you want to do something different, if you want that speedboat, if you want that change in the way you make an income, if you want that different lifestyle, it simply starts out with one small choice.
Yes, choice.
One smart choice. First thing I ever do, I don't know about you, but if there's something I want to do in my life is I do research. I find out how much it pays. I find out how many people do it. I find out who's great at it. I find out how it functions. If I want to be a manufacturer, okay, how do I be a manufacturer? Who's doing it? What they doing? How they doing that?
Right.
And I educate myself.
Mm-hmm. Which is extremely smart place to start in anything you want.
And a lot of times, if you have I want to be a manufacturer, and then you're like, they make $40,000 a year. You're like, maybe I don't want to be a manufacturer.
Yeah, let's rethink that one.
But maybe you do.
Right.
But maybe you don't, because you educate. So a first step is to educate yourself.
That is extremely good.
So after you
That's really good.
Thank you. So after you dream your dream and you get your vision, you write it down, you make your vision plain, research it and make sure truly that's what you want to do.
Yes.
I mean, I would research it before I wrote it down, but maybe you didn't. This is what we've been talking about in the podcast.
Right.
It's not too late to research, and it's never too late to revise.
Never.
And plan. So write your plan, make it so plain it's 5th grade level.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be, and make it where it's attainable. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so if you have a goal, say you have a goal and it's a 10-year goal. In 10 years, I want to own that speedboat. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put $100 a month away for the next XXX, but it's going to take me 10 years to have the speedboat in the cabin that I want.
Right.
Okay. Well, you need to break it down even further, if you can, to where it doesn't take you 10 years to feel the satisfaction of obtaining the goal. It's got to be broken down in steps.
Yeah.
So if you say I'm going to take 10 years to do it, but I'm going to put $100 a month or a week or whatever in a savings account, then that is a goal.
Yes.
That is a goal that you feel the the fulfillment and the satisfaction of I'm really reaching this long-term goal.
Right.
Okay. So you have to break it down and make it both. It's like that with weight loss.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Anything.
If you want to lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever.
65 pounds.
Yeah, which you've done successfully. And I've lost 30 successfully. But you don't want to say, okay, in 2020, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. No, honey. You're going to have to get you a plan.
Yes.
You're going to say, okay, I'm going to do this amount of calories. I'm going to eat this type of food healthier. I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to cut sugar. And my goal is to lose and make it weekly or monthly. My goal is to lose 4 pounds a month. My goal is to lose a pound a week. And then, so it's baby steps. It's small, smart choices.
Because you don't want to overwhelm yourself.
Well, the thing is, if you put it off by the end of 2020, I'm going to lose X. You won't lose any.
No.
But if week 1, you're like, oh my gosh, I lost a pound.
That's what gets the ball rolling.
So, see,
and it gets the hope and encouragement in your heart.
Exactly.
To keep going.
Because a dream afar off never becomes a reality.
No, it doesn't. No.
Never becomes a reality. So you take these small, smart steps towards that dream or that vision or that desired goal, and along the way you are rewarded with the satisfaction. It's a confidence builder.
Yes.
It encourages you to begin to realize you can do more than you thought you could do.
Yes.
It makes you feel successful.
Yes.
Which you don't even have to be successful. That feeling of success. Maybe you're a complete failure in other areas, but because in this one area you had success, it multiplies and it expands and it gets in your mind, and all of a sudden you something.
Yeah, and it raises your level of expectations too.
Exactly, and you begin to learn that you can expect more from yourself
than what you ever thought you were capable.
Yes. Do you think that people who are like Olympic gold medalists started out at that level? No. Did they even know they had the stuff? Okay, I'll give you an example. I started singing publicly when I was 9.
Yeah.
And before that, my parents would drag people into the house's company and say, listen to our daughter sing. And I would sing, muskrat, muskrat, candlelight. And I'm like 7.
Captain and Tennille. We just so dated ourselves,
I'm 30.
Didn't we?
I'm 30. Wink, wink.
Yes.
And so I would do that. So I would sing Muskrat, Muskrat, and I would sing, what was one of their other hits?
Love Will Keep Us Together?
Love.
We don't quite have it that high anymore,
Love
do we?
will keep us together. And I would sing that. Okay, so I'm talking about how I had small attainable goals when you become really, really super, not going to say super successful I was, but super successful at doing what you feel like you are created to do. So I started out doing that in the living room. Then I did a talent show. That gave me a shot in the arm. Then people were like, oh my gosh, you have such a beautiful voice. And then I asked Jesus into my life, and I started singing in church. And then I did good at that. And so slowly but surely my confidence is being built and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. By the time I'm 24, I have written and recorded and produced an album.
Yes.
And not only did I do that,
you toured.
I did that afterwards. I at that time, though, I believed in myself so much. Not me, but that I was created to do this by my Heavenly Father.
Right.
That everyone who had ever said jokingly, when you get famous, don't forget me, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
I called. I was poor. I was poor as a church mouse. And just starting out in life, you know what I mean? And I didn't have a lot of money, and I had a new set of baby twins. And so I called those people that I felt believed in me, and I raised $2,000 by saying, if you will give $100 into my ministry to make this album, I will invite you to a private release party, and I will give you an album.
Yes.
And then you'll have an album.
Right.
Since you like me so much.
That's right.
And But to kick it off, and this is a whole nother podcast we'll probably do, I had a woman visit our church from Peru who owned a shoe factory. Of course, I'm young, I'm naive, I know nothing about how much money that entails, right? She's traveling all over America. And I did hair, so she needed her hair done, and she liked me, so she came over and I'm doing her hair, and she's like, why do you not have a CD? Why do you not have, actually they were cassettes.
Back in the day.
Why do you not have a cassette? Yeah. And I said, because, okay, I'm just shooting straight with you, I don't have the money. And she said, well, how much does it cost? All right, now listen to this, you guys. This is key. Honey, I already knew how much it would cost me to make an album.
Right.
Did I have a plan to make an album at this point? Not one. Was it part of my vision?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Did I do my research? Oh, yeah. So you know what I said to her? $4,000. I'd already talked with people. How much does it cost an hour for the studio?
Right.
How many hours does it take per song?
You did your homework.
How many songs should be on a CD?
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. How much does it cost to get artwork? How much does it cost to pay a producer? How much does it cost to print them? I knew everything. And so I said $4,000. And that woman said to me, I'll tell you what, I will lend you, she didn't know me from Adam, I will lend you $2,000 to record your first album.
Wow.
And you can pay me back when you sell it. Okay,
That's
now we're
awesome.
talking.
That doesn't
I
just
know.
happen.
I think my income that year was $9,000.
Holy Toledo.
We had a really cool house where our house payment was really low because I made smart choices, y'all.
Yes.
Very, very young, and I got a really cool loan for young people starting out, a farmer's home loan, and our payment was like $119 a month for a brand new house that cost $45,000.
Right.
So here she lent me, 1/5 of my income or a little bit more.
Right.
And I thought, okay, well, there's half the money. So then I knew what to do. I knew to begin to ask people to help support me. And I did it. But the key was, number one, I was prepared. When that question came, I was
all
prepared.
The difference. Yes.
So we're talking about this Olympic gold medalist, not realizing. So I do that. And then I go on and I do another album and I end up with David and the Giants, which is a huge, they're huge Christian band.
Contemporary
Amazing,
music.
Talented guys. Go down and record that. You guys, if I sat here, I would have to get my book out. I sang for the presidential campaign of Pat Robertson.
Yes.
I have opened for the Newsboys. I've had a meeting with Carmen. I've opened for Phil Kagi. I opened for someone else. Who was it? Some other big artist. And I have journaled part of this, and I have a list as long as my little body, my little 5'4" body of things that I have done. I went to the Dove Awards. The Dove Awards with Reba, Rambo, and Donnie McGuire. I went on tour with them. I met Dottie Rambo.
Oh my word!
The mother of contemporary Christian music. 2,000 recorded and published songs that she wrote herself. Reba wrote with me. I have 2 songs I've never released that Reba, Rambo, and I wrote together.
Oh, my word.
Do you remember Mylan Lefevre?
As my youngest son, who is named after him, and he calls him Mylan the Feather.
Okay.
He could never
Mylan the Feather.
He couldn't pronounce it.
You may not recognize these names because this is from my lifetime.
Yes.
Okay. And so I did that. When I was 18, I was on TBN.
Yes,
the biggest Christian television station, probably still to date.
I would think so.
So I was on TBN repeatedly. I ended up in Lester Sumrall's church.
Yes, you did.
Singing on television with him. I traveled all over the country. I toured California 3 times. I got to do so many amazing things. And if you would have asked me, like flat out where I had to be honest with you, could I do all these things? I would have told you no. And to do it with 2 babies.
I know.
And so I did conferences, I did women's meetings, I've done everything. Oh my gosh.
And
when
then
you look
met
back,
me.
Yeah, and I met you in the middle of all that. There you go. Success is the epitome of success. But I feel like I can look back at my life, and if you would have asked me when I was 17, can you do all these things, I would have been like, I want to, but no, I can't do that.
No.
But what was it? It was small steps, small choices that I made. And the biggest key I can give you is if you have a dream and you have a desire, you need to be prepared. I can tell you this.
Yes.
One of the main catapulting situations that I had in my life for success with my Christian music was that I never stepped foot in a church ever without being prepared to do an entire concert.
We always would travel.
Always.
With all of your
and I wasn't even invited
songs.
to go sing.
No, but
I
you
would
always
get there.
Had your stuff with you.
Yes,
I remember
so I
carrying
was prepared.
it.
Yeah,
it was
such
a heavy
doll.
bag.
We had a lot of fun.
But yeah, and because I remember pretty much like maybe 8 times out of 10, you were asked to sing.
Yeah, I could hardly step foot in a church and not be asked to sing.
Yes.
But it didn't start that way.
No, it didn't.
Sometimes I would go 20 times and
Yes,
not get asked to
nothing
sing.
yet.
And these aren't my home church. I never entered my own home church without being ready.
Right.
But then to go out and travel and end up in churches all over the country, I was prepared. And that is how I rose up in what God called me to do.
Yes.
But so it was smart choices. It was knowing, getting to the bottom of my heart, what did I want? What did I want in life, and what did I want to do?
Sure.
Taking the steps to make that happen. I took 6 months and practiced singing for 3 hours a day.
I remember
that. And my
that.
range doubled. I went from alto to alto, soprano, and first soprano. Yep. And I just did that, and I just had the dream. I had the desire. I had the goal, but you can have all those things, Stacey.
Yes.
And if you are not prepared and not taking steps,
it's not going to happen.
Never going to happen.
No, it won't.
So you got to get ready.
Yes.
So just like that NFL football player or that NBA basketball player or that Olympian gold medalist, they were doing their thing when nobody was watching.
That's right.
And they were practicing and practicing and practicing and preparing and preparing
Hours
and preparing.
a day.
And I've got a whole podcast. You guys can go find it. It's called Suddenly. God moves slow in preparation. It can seem like it's taken 10 years to get where you want to go.
Yes.
But you keep practicing, keep preparing, educate yourself, know what it takes to do what you want to do.
Right.
Somebody might ask you, how much does it take to do this?
You never know who God's going to put in your...
God will go to the ends of the earth.
Yes.
And send someone your way if you will believe Him.
Yes.
But you have to... It takes works. You have to have faith and works.
Yes.
You have to get you ready.
Yes.
Okay? Faith is dead without works. Okay?
Yes.
So you have to get ready. Now, when I recorded the second album, a woman from Hong Kong did the same exact thing.
Yeah.
That album cost $10,000.
Wow.
And she lent me $5,000, and I raised $5,000.
When you say that, I have learned this to be true for me personally, that you can actually pray, God, this is what I want to do. I know you use people here on the earth, so please put me on the mind of people that can help me.
On the hearts, yep.
And on the hearts.
Exactly. I pray.
That can help me succeed in this.
I guess it was just, I don't know if it was because I had a pretty rough childhood. And I had a lot of self-esteem problems. I had low self-esteem. And it was like God was showing me, I will send people from around the world to help you to become and do what I'm calling you to become and do. And so I'm saying that to you today. On this show I tell you, you are so valuable. You are so precious. You are so important. You are the center of someone's life. You might be the answer to someone and you don't even know it. And a lot of times I feel like while we're going through Romans 8:28, for God will work all things for the good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. You may be going through a hard time right now. Like I just went through 2019, the year from hell.
Yes.
Literally, the hellish year. And I could look at that and say that I had a failure. But I choose to Romans 8:28 it and say, you know what, God's going to take that hardship I went through, and He's going to use it to reach and help someone else. So yes, it was horrible to go through, but what I went through, I'm going to be able to help give others and encourage out of to help someone else in that same position.
Or like I just went through the same. I mean, we both had really rough years in that too.
And and we had each other, thank God.
We did. But He will take any mess in your life and He will make a message out of it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
If you want a testimony, you're going to go through a test.
Amen.
So you get a testimony out of a test, and you get a message out of a mess. Out of a mess. And so that's what it's. Well, I hope this has been good.
It's been really good.
I'm loving this. I'm loving it. Well, thank you, Stace, for being with me.
Oh, thank you for having me again. I love it.
We've been there forever. I hope you guys are being encouraged by this. I hope this is encouraging you, making you realize, you know what, don't let the stuff in life stop you, even the bad stuff. And even if you're in a situation, as Stace said, where you feel like you have no choices, it's not true. You have choices.
Yes.
You have choices. And so if you just take the time it takes, and this is the time, this is the first episode in 2020.
Yay!
We started it out with some really deep issues there. But it's the first episode in the era of the new roaring 20s. And I want you to get your roar. I want you to get your fight. I want you to get your determination. I want you to realize that this is your life. This is your life, honey.
Yes.
This is your life. Nobody can change your life but you. And it's simple.
Yes.
It's simply beginning to make choices. Take the time to invest in yourself. Take the time to find out what you want. Take the time to realize that the things in your head, the negative space, the negative Nelly, that bad mean girl in there, she's a liar.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're here. I'm here to tell you, okay?
Yes.
I am older than 30, and I have raised 6 kids. And I have seen a lot of life, and I have been treated bad, and I have been treated good, and I have been loved, and I have been hated, and I have been successful, and I have been an abject failure. But I am standing here today to tell you that you can change your own life. You can put the negative down. You can believe what the Bible says. You can believe what the positive says.
Amen.
You can believe. You can believe in you, because you're not here by accident.
Nope.
You are here for exactly this time. And you have a great life ahead of you, okay? So I want to be that shot in your arm. I want to be your life coach. I want to be your success coach. And I want to be your girlfriend. I want you to know that Stacey and I, we love you.
Yes, we do.
We love you. Jesus loves you. And you have such an amazing opportunity with your life. Don't let circumstances,
stand in the way. No.
Stinking thinking.
Right.
Don't let situations, don't let those things stop you, honey. Get to the bottom of what you want. Lay out the plan. Prepare yourself and be ready for God to give you a suddenly, because you are worthy. You are worthy.
Yes.
This is Julie Tussey telling you only get one life, one fabulous, amazing, grandiose, amazing life. Live it to the fullest. After a week of hearing hundreds of I can'ts, I'm here today to tell you you can. Find us on social media at facebook.com/The Julie Tussey Show and Instagram, The Julie Tussey Show, home of the original Suburban Bombshell. To get your copy of the music you hear in today's program, go to cdbaby.com/CD/Julie Tussey 4. Only on the Julie Tussey Show are you going to hear that you are not created to be ordinary but extraordinary. You are not created to be common but uncommon. You are not created to be average but above average. You are not created to be tolerable or passable. No, but you are created to be remarkable, noteworthy, impressive, striking, outstanding, brilliant, excellent, superb, praiseworthy. We could go on and on about how awesome you are. Visit thejulietusseyshow.com. Lots of fabulous shopping, beautiful things that you might want to get as a gift or for yourself. You can also reach out to me and communicate with me there. thejulietusseyshow.com.
If life is my oyster, darling, pass the hot sauce.